Hi, I'm Shaminder Gill, Head of Strategy and Proposition at SSP. SSP is a global leader in providing technology solutions to the financial advice and insurance markets. Recently, there's been a lot of press activity and column inches dedicated to Roboadvice. Now, Roboadvice certainly has a place to play, and some people are suggesting that it will be the next big disruption and will replace the face-to-face advice channel. Now, my take on this is that actually Roboadvice does have a place to play. And we always see that Roboadvice or any kind of online disruption happens as it comes from an industrial heritage and moves into the consumer market. But the disruption that we see with financial advice is going to be very, very different. All of the trading platforms where we have that relationship is very transactional. So I purchase my goods today, I go online, and in return, I receive something. I receive a tangible good that I can hold, I can feel, and if I don't like it, I can return that. Financial advice doesn't quite play up to that same model. Financial advice is something that's long term. It's not even a promise, it is advice. It is guidance and advice for you to do something with and to execute against. The end game of an online robo-advice channel should never be to get you to transact. It should provide you with the information you need in a palatable way for you to go away and make some decisions. Now, you might take that advice and make those decisions off the back of that. Equally, you might seek to go and see a proper financial advisor and get some further guidance based on what you've already found out. So for me, if we step back from this, it's really about having another channel to access consumers. And those consumers are not necessarily new people. Those consumers might be your existing clients that you already deal with. So the question really here is understanding what is your proposition, not just for new people, but to existing people and your existing customers who you value. But do you know if they value you? And do they value you over and above what they value from an online proposition? And some of the scary stats that I've been reading recently, and something that's very counterintuitive to what I would have thought, is that people are actually more honest and open with online tools than they are with people. So we need to think of this as not a threat, but more of an opportunity. So as a financial advisory firm, if they are more honest and you can delve deeper and you can understand more about those customers online, shouldn't you be offering those tools online to those consumers that want to engage in that way? So if we can do that, you can certainly get a lot more out of it and actually add value back. So technology should not be seen as a threat, but its introduction certainly needs to be managed and managed very carefully. We work in a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week world where everybody is global, everybody wants everything at any time and anywhere. Financial advice won't be any different. People will expect it to be online and available at the touch of a button. Are you operationally available 24/7? So if I'm online and I want to access my online advice, but then I suddenly decide I've got some questions and I want to ask somebody, is somebody there going to be backing up that promise for that online advice? So there's certainly a number of operational considerations that have to be taken into account, marrying up to that technology, marrying up to the consumer. It is wider than just technology. Technology is just one small cog in that part, but the technology is very important. So financial advisor firms today need to very much think about the technology they're using, how that platform interacts, how are they managing the data, and it is really the data that's important. The data today is very static, so most organizations I speak to are using data in a very, very limited way. You need to be able to use that data, open it up to understand your customers, and more importantly, for your customers to understand you. If they can understand you, they can understand the proposition you're putting out to them and use the technology that you're supplying to supplement that knowledge, then you'll certainly find yourself in a much better place. So SSP do this for 30,000 clients across the globe, work on a global scale, and certainly focused in that financial advisory market in the UK to provide full-scale client and policy management platforms that sit within wider ecosystems, enabling our customers to test and experiment with new technology and see what works for them. There is no right or wrong answer, and certainly Robo-Advice is another channel that needs to be explored.